Good morning, everybody. Today is arguably the most stressful day of the entire van build because we are making our first and hopefully only modification to the body of the vehicle. We are installing the MaxxAir Deluxe roof vent.
I think today is definitely the scariest day in every van owner's conversion. We decided on the MaxxAir Deluxe fan mainly because it has the built-in roof cover so that when it's raining we can run it at the same time, which is something that the Fantastic fan does not offer. It has 10 different speeds so that we can use it at varying power draws, which is good for helping to conserve our batteries. And it has 3 different modes: ceiling fan, air intake, and air outtake.
The very first step is to make a 14x14 stencil so that we cut the right size hole in the roof of our Ford Transit.
And if you're confused why we're wearing t-shirts again, well, it is the beginning of November and for some reason, summer's back. I guess we skipped winter and went straight to summer again. Looks about right. Nice little 14x14 stencil courtesy of our LifeProof flooring box. I think this should fit like a glove on the roof. So we've decided to put our vent kind of in the middle of the van. This second panel of the van in between these 2 cross beams has a perfect area for a 14x14 hole. So just gonna tape this up, make a nice little line around it, and make sure that we're happy with the placement of it. Looks good. Shall we tape?
This is going to be the tough part because we're dealing with a shaped rib of the vehicle here. So trying to get this tape nice and flat is going to be more difficult.
Not less difficult.
Not less difficult. What do you think?
I like it.
What we've done is taped off where our stencil is going to be traced, and that's what we're going to use to drill our pilot holes. Once our pilot holes are drilled, we're going to go on top of the van and then actually start cutting. We're going to cut through the tape to try and stop the paint from splintering. Because we've never actually used a jigsaw with sheet metal, we're actually going to cut a smaller hole in the middle first as practice. It went through. Nope, we can't go back. There's a hole in our roof. I might only do one cut here because I think I've got the information I need. I just need to see how this actually will cut once I get her going. Beautiful cut. As you can see there, the jigsaw cut a nice, clean, straight line. I mean, I'm pretty satisfied with this. I think we're ready to go do the real thing now.
We're just going to use this and mark where we need to put our 4 corners so that we can get up on the roof, put the tape down, and make sure we have nice straight lines for this to go in. And then it measures exactly 14x14 so that we don't have to do this twice.
I hope Ford's not watching this.
Really exact measurements here.
I hope I'm ready for this. Oh, it looks pretty good. We've taped out a 14x14 box here using painter's tape. We've checked it each twice. We're confident it's exactly 14x14. So really all I gotta do here is follow the line all the way across. And then we should have a nice clean hole for our fan to sit in, so we'll be able to circulate the air in our van. I assume this is gonna be my least favorite part.
The story is painter's tape and garbage bags don't really get along with each other. All right, fire away.
Don't do this at home, kids. We're also using duct tape to try and keep the part that we've cut from vibrating too much, and it seems to be working so far. This way, when I finish this last corner, it also shouldn't just fall through on me. That was really stressful. Really stressful. There it is. That fits really good. Honestly, it can't move much. Doesn't have a lot of give. You just missed all the stress. Oh my God.
Really? Did you cut it?
It's
a hole.
Well, come take a look.
That's scary.
The next step is to drill the pilot holes through the metal so that when Kirsten goes to paint Rust-Oleum on the metal's edge, we can also paint the holes that we're putting through the metal. Now, because we're super gluing a wood frame to the inside of the van, that's gonna give us something extra for the screw to grab onto. The main point is that we want our screws to grab the wood nicely and keep one solid frame here. So I'm gonna go ahead and drill the 12 holes. We're gonna go from there. I've also got a clamp attached to make sure that nothing moves.
We're just cleaning up the edges of this so that we have a nice even square so that everything can sit as flush as possible. My glasses are getting a little foggy here. Kinda hard to see what I'm doing. Before we paint our Rust-Oleum on it to make sure that it doesn't rust, we just want to make sure that we have a nice clean surface so that all the adhesives can stick well as the paint itself. So we're going to use some isopropyl alcohol, which is incredibly difficult to find these days since everyone's still making their own hand sanitizers. That'll help to dissolve any dirt or oil that's on here from us touching it. Also to help move away any of the metal shavings that are left so that it's completely dust free. Look at all that gunk. We are just going to put a quick coat of this trim clad, which is basically just Rust-Oleum. We got the spray one because it does dry faster. This should allow us to be able to move on in about an hour or two rather than having to wait 4 to 6 hours like some of the others take. Uh-oh.
While Kirsten finishes her job painting the Rust-Oleum on the top of the van, I'm gonna take a few minutes to try and calm my nerves. Putting a hole in the roof of your van is a very stressful thing. I've never even worked with sheet metal before, so I'm certainly very happy with the way it all turned out. While we were waiting for the paint to dry, we cut a wood frame that's gonna go on the underside or the inside of the van. When we screw our screws down through the metal, it gives it something to clamp onto. So we have purchased some construction grade Gorilla Glue. It's supposed to hold in 30 seconds, which is exactly what we're looking for because unfortunately we only have one clamp to work with.
The next thing we're doing is laying butyl tape just along the sides. Now, because we have this indent on it, we're gonna run a double layer on the indented and then one all the way around. Stuff is really stretchy. We're also gonna run some lap sealant as well under it, which is self-leveling, so it should fill any gaps that are not quite perfect. Nice and snug.
This part is proving to be a bit demoralizing so far, although I've been able to get a good chunk of the screws in. Some of them just don't really want to cooperate though. And when I say they don't want to cooperate, I mean that they don't want to find the pilot hole that I put through the metal earlier. Oh. As I say that, I have one that goes in really easy.
Richard did a great job getting this screwed down, but now we need to put some self-leveling sealant, aka lap sealant, over the top of the screws just to make sure that no water can possibly penetrate this fan. This is probably not going to be the prettiest job because we've seen everybody else do this and it never looks pretty. What matters most is that we don't have any water coming into the roof or building up for rust. Well, this is the moment we've all been waiting for, and honestly, I just want to finish this.
Here we go.
Hang on, now it's not down on this side. Is it down on your side now?
Yep.
Look at that!
I'm pretty satisfied with the way this all turned out. Things just never seem to go perfectly, and that's just a reality of any sort of construction job, but all in all, I am thrilled with how the roof vent came together.
I was not expecting the biggest difficulty to be screwing down the flange. It just didn't make sense to me. However, it's done, it's over, it's lap sealed, it just needs to cure for a couple days.
Anyways, thanks as always for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much to Patreon supporters. Your support means a ton to us, and we will see you in the next van conversion video.
Bye!
I would say this is a very good sign because it's artificially raining and there is no water getting in.